A lot better Tuesday than last week. You know, we talked about preparing and worked hard. Obviously, spent a lot of extra time today. Just execution, all three phases, and got a very, very talented team that we're playing. I think the toughest thing about USC right now is the way they're playing defense, and obviously they got big play capabilities on offense and in the special teams. So, but our guys know that we're very candid with our guys that the Pac-12 conference is the most important thing. And then moreover than that, the Pac-12 South Conference. That's what we're. So obviously, it starts with USC and starts this week. And so guys had a good day today. They really had a focus about them and doing well. Chance Cox will be out for the season. He's got a shoulder. Junior's out for the season. He has a shoulder. And AJ Latu is probably out for the year with a serious ankle injury.
You mentioned yesterday the USC defense obviously playing better, and then also you guys need to get the run game going. What do you expect, or what have you seen from their front, what they're doing to stop the run right now?
Well, they're an attacking defense. They're a 3-4 defense and doing a good job. You know, it's hard to really evaluate it, in the first 3 games. So but they're a very good defense, very comparable to the defense that we played last week, even though I think the maturity of last week's defense is tough for anybody to match. So that's going to be a challenge. But bottom line, we got to go out and we got to execute. And we got to do what we do, and obviously we'll take what they give us, and we'll have answers to what they do. So take care of the football. Don't turn the football over. We talked about that. We lost 5 possessions last week. 5 possessions we lost. You only get 18, so you can't lose possessions. And then you look at that, you look at the heart and the character from which we come back and played. That's what we talked about, is that what if we just came out and played discipline and didn't have those things? So, obviously the two kick plays where we lost those possessions. A couple of drop balls, and then threw an interception that resulted in basically ball being on the 15 for a touchdown. So you take all the mistakes we made. If you take half of those out, we're probably going to win the game. So you don't get to do those things, and those things happen because you're playing a really good football team, and you're not very well prepared or disciplined about what we're doing. And so, and a lot of that you have to contribute to, is the other team was really good. So that's kind of what we've talked about this week, is making sure we don't beat ourselves. We're playing against a really good defense. It's going to attack and get after it. How about that? The dude just did a backflip over there, and he missed reps in practice today.
Have you been able to be as aggressive in your play calling for the passing game as you would like? Seems that guys have been dropping the ball.
Oh, you're talking about the offense. I think you're talking about on defense. On defense, we've obviously played against power running sets, so we've been limited on how many. You run a lot of run pressures and stuff like that. But on offense, I think that I'll be honest with you. I thought Coach Norvell called a masterful game in making adjustments in the second half. Especially when you were not able to run the ball the way it was. I thought we really generated a lot of offense and stuff in the second half, made good adjustments. Obviously, I like to play call in the second half, not in the first half. So, I'm sure everybody feels the same way I do about it. But no, I don't think it has a lot. I mean, each week teams are going to do different things, and we're going to adapt to whatever they do, take what they give us. But there's a lot of mental mistakes and things like that, just fundamental mistakes in the run game that's really hurting us, that's causing us to have second long and things like that we don't. And the one thing about it, we're committed, because we'll keep calling it. So,
I know you're frustrated with special teams. What can you really do as far as?
It was just one game. I mean, obviously, we worked really hard with those guys, and but really, it wasn't our punter. We were lined up 8 yards deep, and we got basically knocked back into the punter, which is the personal protector's fault for being lined up too deep, and just day one mistake. But when you're playing against good people, they're going to exploit those kind of things. And what was interesting about it is that the snap before that, it almost happened. So, can't have that. You can't point that out and then go have it happen. And I think that points to, you know, just not being prepared and stuff like that. So, but, you know, our kickoff cover's been very good. Alex has been outstanding. His first game, he didn't kick everything out of the end zone just about. You know, our return game has been adequate. It needs to be better. But obviously we just had a really, really poor game in the kicking game, and that really put us so far behind it that we beat ourselves by self-destructing. So, that's what I told him. I said, it's all great, you know, to have that kind of comeback. I think that speaks volumes about our character, but, you know, that's great.
What's Salamo done to put himself on the field to start?
Making plays. Making plays, man. I mean, he still not figured out what he's doing completely, but that guy is going to be a great player. That guy's a redshirt freshman. I mean, he's got what you can't teach. He's got unbelievable instinct as a linebacker. And I mean, he's taken and coming up and taking on Stanford's line and knocking them on their back. And that's pretty hard to do. And so he's a very explosive, very powerful. Needs to get a haircut. But other than that, yeah, pretty good.
Did you see this coming this soon from him? Did you see this coming this quickly from him?
Well, we thought he was a pretty good player. You know, no, I didn't. I thought he's been kind of moving kind of slow, and then he jumped out in the last game. Really played good at times in the first game, but there's still a competition going on. I mean, obviously, Stefan's a returning starter, so we got 3 starting linebackers right now, and then we've got to get better play out of our spur, more consistent there. I think Anthony's been more consistent, but just getting blocked too much, and gave up a reverse and things like that. So we just got to continue to get better there.
Have you got the Pac-12 call?
Okay.
Just had the drops. Have you been surprised by the number of drops?
I've seen more drops in 2 weeks than I've seen around here in a year and a half.
Is there anything to?
It's like concentration.
Yeah, okay.
And those are 2 possessions we lost. That, you know, when you lose that possession. I mean, I'm not saying we'd have scored there, but we still lost that possession.
Junior get hurt during the game?
Yeah, so he'll be out for the season.
And you said Chance also and AJ
Latu. That cost extra for me to have to tell you twice. Right.